You can get a roach out of a shoe. You can get a rock.
I would put it on the bud. You could fit the pickles. You could put pickles in the pickles. You can fit the pickles in there. You can fit the pickles in there. Come on. Some onions. Pickle chicken sandwich.
Take it away, John Frickin Smith.
Welcome to the rabbit hole,
How did we end up on that rabbit hole?
where all you knew is wrong. And rules are just suggestions,
I like the pipe.
made up as we go along.
Shut up, Corn.
Fuck you.
And who knows what you'll find here. Maybe heaven or your worst fears. Whatever it may be, it's yours to keep forever.
Just in time. You've entered a rabbit hole. Please go down further. Where there's philosophy hidden within stupidity.
My nipples are sweating.
What are they doing to that chicken?
They're punching holes in it. You know what?
Been there,
I want to
fuck that.
teabag Hank Azaria. He can make weird noises.
You're fucking weird.
You guys are horrible.
Bunyan rings? Like, I wouldn't eat those.
What the fuck? Hey,
Even if it was Paul Bunyan themed, like, you know what I mean?
Anyone-
Like flannel onion rings or something like that. You're like, yeah, I had a heart attack. Fuck you.
it's a sunshiny day.
Yeah.
Fat people need love, too. Hey, guys. You are just in time. We are the J&T Baggers. It sounds sad, but it's because this is a sad moment. If you clicked on this, you know what the title is. You know what we're reviewing. There are no secrets anymore.
Some movies suck, and some are great, but our reviews are always late. Late reviews with the boys from Just in Time.
The man who killed Hitler and then the Bigfoot. The title alone should be the most glorious and stupid thing you've ever seen.
Some movies suck.
DJ Van Nielsen, joined again.
My very sad Norman Blunts.
And, well, I honestly don't know if Redcorn watched this movie in his, on his spare time or whatever or not, but he's not here, so it doesn't really matter if he was, and I feel like he would probably be in agreement with us on this one. I'm not sure, but last week, let's go back to last week for a second. Last episode, we talked about, basically the importance of suspension of disbelief when it comes to kind of hammier, cheesier type of movies. And we praised while also poking Mortal Kombat. Yeah. It was, we poked at it, but it was also from a place of love. Because there was an emotional type of thing that movie managed to still capture. There was still love in it. You take a movie, you introduce it with a title like that. I mean, you had me at Hitler. I came for Hitler. I stayed for Bigfoot. Title-wise.
If you look at the title, and title gives it all away, obviously, and the title is accurate. That's a positive,
Yeah, they got the and then part.
and that's where I'm leaving it at positives.
Well, before we get into the negative, there is something very positive. And that's that beautiful song, Yours to Keep, that you heard at the beginning by the ever amazing John Frickin Smith. Yeah, you heard his beautiful song, Yours to Keep, from the amazing album Songs of the Great Collapse. And you can find both at johnfrickinsmith.com or by clicking the link in the description. That way you get the spelling of frickin' right. Because there is a correct way. But, so that's all the positives.
Yeah, that was a nice little positive for the late great hate debate.
Yeah. Also, I think that's another thanks to John Frickin Smith too. Not just the intro. The intro is from the album Songs of the Great Collapse, but the other aspects we also thank him for.
Our little ditties.
Yes. It helps. It completes us in weird ways. I get like nasty chills. You know the nasty chills. Those ones.
That's like a good, healthy shit.
I took 2 of those this morning.
I don't know if that's what you're going about, but that's how I feel about nasty chills.
And you know what? I kind of wish it would have just been like, I would have probably rather have just watched like a documentary of Bigfoot shitting.
Those nasty chills.
Like a mockumentary. Because this movie, first of all, a brief history on us here. When we do late reviews, we almost always come from a very positive place. We can, at 5 years of doing a lot of late reviews for random movies, you can still count on one hand how many hate reviews we have. Because they're all late. But they usually break down into pretty much 3 categories. The late review of love, which most of them are. The hate review, which I think we're stumbling into that territory on this one. And there's the ever rare debate review, which usually involves Rook and myself lining up on one side against Korn on the other.
I would say we got a 4th in Christmas time. The attempted hate. Okay, late.
Yeah, but ultimately that just it ended. That was just that was a shocking one. Yeah, that was expected hate. But again, pretty much the whole point was, and that was what was fucked up too, is we went into that one like, okay, it's been a long time since we did a hate review. Like, okay, I guess Star Wars counts as one. I guess that's the last hate review, even though we didn't fully label it. It was a hate review, Rise of Skywalker. But before that, I don't think we had a hate review since Enemy at the Hate. I think that was our 50th episode.
It's a long time.
And then before that, we did a Child of God. And seriously, that's 3. 3 hate reviews. I was right. You can count it on one hand. You can count it on one hand, missing 2 fingers. So when we say we don't like a movie, we have to have reasons. Obviously, there are always reasons, and we always find reasons we always try to find reasons to love it. I can say just by the actors that were cast in it, not so much like praising the roles or performances as much, but just by having certain names, I can praise that. If you get Sam Elliott for anything, that's cool, I guess. Ron Livingston, awesome. Didn't know Larry Miller was still alive. Even more awesome. Okay, I think that's about all the positives. Let's just get into it here. Okay, first, it starts off with a flashback, because that's how all movies should start, with flashbacks.
So you can get attached to a character
who rarely speaks,
who is not going to be there in about 4 minutes.
Yeah. The use of flashbacks in general in this movie,
they were just oddly placed.
Yes,
it's like they weren't bad flashbacks if they were just cut the right way, like put together the right way.
They were long, some of them too, where it was like, oh shit, like when it would finally cut back to Sam Elliott, like, oh my god, this is a whole different movie. I forgot about this. Okay. Let's get the first part of the title out of the way, because the Hitler kill came kind of quick. At least in flashback form, or at least most of the mission leading up to it and shit.
You see flashback, then you see Sam Elliott crying in a bar. Sam Elliott gets beat up and then winds up fucking up some guys that were trying to rob his car. And then, boom, another flashback. Russian.
Yeah.
That part was very strange to me. Not the Russian guy, just like that whole
entire scene.
Like, it's like they were trying to give you a backstory on Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
But obviously not Liam Neeson.
Yeah, that
like Sam Elliott is like 90.
The movie was set in like 80 something, like 82 or some shit like that, I think. I don't know, I'm pretty sure I have notes somewhere. But and he's got a rock in his shoe. There's a whole running gag, if you can call it that, of him having a rock or something in his shoe. You never actually see what was in his shoe. I just assume it was a rock. It's not that hard to get a rock out of a shoe. I don't know why people never actually, like, they always just turn the shoe upside down, shake it a couple times. No, you got to smack that shit on the ground. Heel side down, open side flat. Bow. I know because I've had to smack my shoes to make sure there's not roaches in them. You can get a roach out of a shoe. You can get a rock. So the flashbacks, whatever, because the guy looks just like a young Sam Elliott, right?
That's where they fucked up. Like,
should have got like Chris Pine.
Why the fuck not?
It doesn't matter who's playing young Sam Elliott, even though he's supposed to be killing Hitler. They never really show how he infiltrated anything. There was like a whole montage of him just walking through different places and then ending up on that Nazi house or whatever. God damn it. He's drinking. He's crying.
Yeah.
He's flashing back. He's walking. I remember that. There was a lot of walking. And I mean, Sam Elliott, I love Sam Elliott. He is one of the reasons why I loved The Big Lebowski. And obviously Tombstone. I think that's a given. Hell, he's so legendary that on Thank You for Smoking, who did he play on Thank You for Smoking, Rook? You remember?
Fuck.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The Marlboro Man.
Oh, shit. Dude.
That's legendary. I don't think that's who he was. I don't think he was that in real life, but
I wanted to like it because, hell, before it was even brought up as a hate review by Squatch. Ironic.
Yeah, speaking of that, just for a second, yeah, this was a recommendation. This movie was recommended to us. A recommendation. That means it was recommended to us, in case you didn't get... By the Sasquatch, as you said. So that is one of those two, we're always open to, we're taking requests. We'll be your late review monkeys at this point. That's at J&T Podcast. The phone number and everything's down in the description or the show notes, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, hit us up. Let us know, fucking, throw a movie at us. Preferably one that's on a streaming servers. That's not Amazon Prime, because I think that's the only one we don't have in the gauntlet.
Don't worry. I totally got you, dude. Reg got it like 2 months ago, forgot, and said she told me I don't remember. And or don't believe her.
The part that broke me, I was on board with this movie. At least conceptually. I went in, like I said, I went in expecting this to be like a Sam Raimi fucking style, like just the most goofy shit. I was expecting one-liners through the whole thing. Just like, yeah, Mein Kampf this motherfucker. My foot's bigger than yours. I was expecting those two lines at least throughout this movie. And the scene that actually that broke it for me, I was suspending disbelief, not giving a shit, you know what I mean, and on board and cool with it. But the scene that got me was when Ron Livingston showed up. First off, I love Ron Livingston. You love him from Band of Brothers, is it?
Oh, yeah.
I love him from Office Space. And him to me, like, well, you've seen Big Lebowski, right? The dude. Fucking...
Yeah, it took me
his character on Office Space, to me, is like the corporate version of the dude. Especially, you know what I mean, when he comes and fucking is just, tearing down the shit. That non-give-a-shit attitude. That was the only thing I ever related to in a movie. When the dude was like, if you had $1 million right now and you could do whatever you wanted, what would you do? Fresh out of high school me, who that's how old I was when I actually like sat through and watched that whole movie, agreed with him wholeheartedly in his response. I'd do absolutely nothing. Of course, I didn't do absolutely nothing. I got stoned and didn't get laid by Jennifer Aniston like he did. That was badass. But anyway, that scene when he shows up to come convince Sam Elliott, I had sat through all these flashbacks and shit, and fucking he first of all, he tried to beat around the bush about it too. So I heard there was someone you killed back then, Well,
there was 3. That's the part that kind of like
I did what a soldier was. I also did what I was told. I did what they told. He starts crying. Okay, I'm sorry, but if a youngin comes up to you and is just like, I heard you killed somebody, Even without saying it, you should have pride in your voice if he's implying that you murdered Hitler and you did it. And you know you did it.
I just killed a man.
He cried. I'm not saying Sam Elliott's not allowed to cry.
He cried over killing Hitler.
I'm not saying Sam Elliott's not allowed to cry in certain situations.
I am on that one.
I'm just saying in Tombstone, his brother got killed and he found out he was losing the use of his arm and still had the manliness to calmly look at his wife and say, I still got one good arm to hold you with. You're going to tell me that guy, and I know the characters are different, I don't give a shit. If it's Sam Elliott and he's got a mustache, guess what? You're paying for a goddamn gangster.
Yeah, like that should be a given.
Oh, I heard you killed Hitler, man.
Goddamn.
You know what? Why'd you have to even bring that up? Why'd you even have to bring that up?
Why'd you say the H word?
I did what they told me to do. I wasn't thinking. He didn't say that, but
like, dude,
I'm not disrespecting PTSD or anything like that. So I don't want to know. I'm saying if you killed Hitler, you're gonna fucking be proud of that shit. Even if you had to be secretive about it, a government official who knows you did it, you can admit it proudly. Yeah, what of it? I'd do it again. Wake him back up.
I know you got the technology.
Yeah, I was expecting don't tell me you froze his head.
Dude, no.
I was expecting them to bring Hitler back to life so old Sam Elliott could go and fucking... Because it doesn't matter what the character's name was that much. He's the man that killed Hitler and Bigfoot.
Dude, so after killing Hitler and getting convinced to... Here's the thing that pissed me off. Is they convinced Sam Elliott to get Sasquatch because they need to save like the world from a vaccine that Sasquatch is now biting things and almost like a COVID impending doom. And somehow some people have complete immunity to it. Like Sam Elliott's character. So you're telling me a 90-year-old man that's immune to it is the best bet?
And I know this movie came out a few years ago or something like that, at least from the time of us recording this. It came out before 2020, but I watched it post 2020, like during all the lockdownery and stuff. And it just like, it was one of those ones where it was like, dude, really, of all the fucking places that I was trying to avoid any kind of pandemic quarantine type of related material, I come for the fucking Bigfoot Hitler man, and you got a goddamn pandemic preventing disease, or a fucking disease that's going to cause a world pandemic if he doesn't kill and quarantine a fucking Bigfoot. And you know what? Something like that's that ridiculous does not need to be taken so fucking seriously, does it?
It really doesn't, dude. Like, here's the thing. Strange Wilderness, great movie. One of my favorite ones was Sasquatch. Probably the best one was Sasquatch. And Sasquatch Gang was tight, too.
I liked, oh, man. I haven't watched that one in a long time. Wasn't Justin Long in that one, too?
Yes.
Son of a bitch. Justin Long knows where the Bigfoot is. He knows.
Yeah, 2 different movies.
You don't do that, man. You don't fucking do that without some knowledge. Without some deep knowledge.
Because him and he was going on, he's like high or whatever.
He had that mullet on the fucking Sasquatch Gang. I remember that.
He was a total douchebag. I'm pretty sure he had a half t-shirt too.
Yeah. I love that shit. Just that kind of that aspect of it. But yeah, first off, we have no definitive proof of any kind of real Sasquatch or Bigfoot, right? Not yet.
Besides a follower.
Yeah. Besides our Sasquatch. At least at that point, you consider the Bigfoot, Sasquatch, whatever you want to call it, to be a fictional creature, yes? Why don't you have a little fun with it? You got Sam Elliott. And Sasquatch tried to say well, Sam Elliott's a serious actor, he's not known for doing comedy. To which I had to reply, Big Lebowski,
The Ranch.
And see, I hadn't even thought about that, and you made a very great point because that's recent. That's pretty recent. And also recent, he did a commercial with the fucking the Old
Lil
Town
Nas
Road
X.
guy. Yeah. So it's not about the actor; it's about the writing. Plus, that was when I had to bring up to him too that sometimes using a serious actor in comedy is the most awesome shit. Leslie Nielsen was known as a serious actor before he did like Airplane and shit.
Dude, Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise on Tropic Thunder. He had to hide himself though. He's not. It's not that he's not known for comedy. It's that it was more trippy when it was just like, oh fuck, that was Tom Cruise with the whole get up and that is awesome. That's like Matt Damon levels of not telling people you're in a fucking movie. But you know what I mean? Like that kind of that deadpan delivery though too of like like Leslie Nielsen and shit. Surely you can't be serious. I am serious. Don't call me Shirley. The ability to say that without even the slightest crack of a smile. Sam Elliott can do that. They didn't let him. They didn't let him do anything fun in this movie.
Dude, his old ass snapped his finger, snapped it back into place.
Yeah.
Okay, no, rewind just a little bit. They go to quarantine, and they're not quarantining like COVID.
No, luckily this was pre-2020, man.
It's like a TV version where everything's like a bubble. Not a full bubble, but they're in like suits and environmentalist suits, all that good stuff. And he just walks through, I want that gun and this knife. And boom, he's already in the woods, tracked Bigfoot, but you don't get to see it because the cut is after that, scoping down Bigfoot and shoots him right in the back of the fucking head.
Yeah, like it instant jump, like you take this knife, this go to this gun, this knife. What the fuck? Not even gonna go looking for him. Not gonna show us how he's tracking a Bigfoot. Because yeah, he might have been able to kill thing, but at no point during these Hitler killing flashbacks or the love story flashbacks did you see any tracking abilities in the woods. No hunting at all. He walked from neighborhood to neighborhood until he found the hitman.
Hey, dude, that's way too cool of a name.
That is way too cool of a name for Hitler. I apologize to all Hitler enthusiasts out there for...
No, you just gave him a fucking, like, a brand name.
Like, Adolf the Hitman Hitler. Like, dude.
Daddy Hitman, Fiona.
Oh, my God. If he was a fighter, it would be, like, perfect, man. Oh, man.
Adolf the Hitman... The
Hitman Hitler. Yeah. That is so bad. It's bad because it's bad.
He's gonna be the only guy with the nickname at the end.
And honestly, I would have rather watched that movie. Hitler becomes a MMA fighter. Adolf the Hitman Hitler. He's got his own mustache tattooed on his back. If the makers of this movie, who I'm too lazy to look up who made this movie because honestly, I don't want to shame them that bad. Well, it's not like we have that big of a platform where we could actually shame somebody. That'd be cool if we had that power.
If you ran out of money, it makes sense. Because, like, some of your cuts is just bullshit, or you got a shitty editor.
If you ran out of money, you should have spent less time crying.
Dude, 70% Sam Elliott crying.
I'm sorry, but of all the times, I know soldiers sometimes feel a guilt over taking lives during wartime, even though it's wartime and it's sanctioned and all that whatnot, even if they're not breaking any laws. Sometimes they're, you know what I mean? I get that. Cops sometimes get it too. But I'm pretty sure if it's Hitler, you don't get to feel guilty.
And here's the
And if you survive an operation to kill Hitler, you actually take that man's life and you get out of it alive, you're fucking badass. You don't get to be crying about it later.
You are Captain America.
Yeah, you do not get to cry about it later. Second of all, who the fuck needs a 90-year-old man? That's the only person. I'm pretty sure it would be easier to have him tell somebody who's in shape how to catch this foot of big.
Because he doesn't track. He shoots him in the head. The thing's still alive somehow. So that's where tracking's pretty easy.
Yeah, because it was bleeding.
Exactly. So that's understandable. The second part does. The first doesn't. Like, that's the more thrilling part is how the fuck have you seen Bear Grylls find a rabbit? Shit's awesome.
Yeah, how did he track down this Bigfoot in the first place? I mean, even if they like, because they didn't even know where it was. They even said, we know it's within this radius.
And he was, boom. He tasted, he didn't taste the shit. He smelt the shit.
Yeah.
After it was bleeding. Or was that before?
I think it might have been right. But no, because it cut right to him shooting that fucker.
Yeah, then, so he smells shit.
When it cut from him picking his weapons, it cut straight to vision from it through his scope.
Oh, because he got knocked down the hill. So he had to retrack him.
Yeah. That was when he reset his fingers right before he went back up, I think.
Next time you'll hear from me, it'll be done.
Which, that was the only time they tried to give him some toughness and some cool hamminess. And even that one, you could tell he was so tired already by then. Like,
I've been out in the sun all day.
Like, even Gandalf got to have fucking fun. What the fuck is this?
I need a sun hat.
I need a pipe. Like, that's the most disappointing thing of this movie. It's not the premise, because I was expecting a wacky premise. It's the execution. Yes. I've never been so bored watching a movie that's supposed to be badass. And it's not like, I can't believe a guy that one man killed. I don't give a shit about that. Because Inglourious Basterds made it easy to like, you don't have to make historically accurate shit all the time. Blast a stuffed Hitler's face right off. Not one guy, but two guys. Empty clips in them. Then reload and fire some more.
And then blow up.
Yeah. I was expecting that for an entire movie. I was expecting Bigfoot to be
big.
Not even that. I didn't know what to expect as far as the actual Bigfoot, because I figured that was going to be really where you saw how low the budget might have been or whatever for it.
It's pretty fucking low.
Yeah. Like, I wasn't expecting a CGI. Not in that movie. I wasn't expecting a CGI Bigfoot. But I was hoping for like at least one that was a little bit hairier. It looked a little bit too much like an alien and less like a primate or whatever. But maybe that was the point, because it was, carrying some fucked up disease and shit. But he shot it in the head. It didn't just survive and run away. It fought.
And hard. Then eventually he finds it and it's dead.
Yeah.
Then he lights it on fire. And guess what? It's not fucking dead.
Yeah, that actually pissed me off too. Like, really,
that's where I was writing you. Like, there's so many fucking endings.
And it wasn't even done with its endings. That's what's fucked up.
That was like ending 1.
Because then he lays there after this Bigfoot dies. He just lays there and I guess pretends to be dead. I don't know. I mean, he turned off his radio, so he has to get back up and walk his happy ass.
Yeah, he eventually gets back to the fucking goddamn thing and shoots in the goddamn face.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. It was after he killed it. Like,
he laid down. Yeah, he laid down. He gave up the radio. That was a bad idea.
Yeah, so that means, no matter how long he laid there, he still at some point had to get his happy old ass up and march back to wherever the fuck he
got his arm snapped in half, his ear bitten off.
Yeah. Why'd the Bigfoot put up more of a fight than Hitler like I did? He should have at least got like a cut on his face or something.
That's because Hitler's like, what the fuck is this goddamn flask pen
gun?
Money clip fucking gun.
That was weird.
That has multiple shots.
Yeah, that was really weird. Really weird. They didn't even try to explain that either. Just like, no, everything fits, man. Just shut the fuck up.
See, he gave up his gun. How's he gonna do it?
Ha ha ha. You never thought of that, did you? No, because I'm not a fucking asshole. That's why I didn't think of that. All right? I'm not... I've got an imagination, okay? I don't want to hear that shit. But there was no imagination brought into something that requires a bit. This seemed like this was more of a movie of somebody just proving they know how to operate cameras and shit.
With Sam Elliott, though, that's the thing that I have a problem with.
Why are you going to waste a talented ass old man? You dragged him out of whatever peaceful fucking life he's living. Because I don't think he's acting for the money at this point.
He's just acting.
Yeah.
Keeping himself like
too old to farm. I still want to do something at least. I got my memory.
My back hurts. I want to play Charlie's grandpa.
Give me a monologue. All right, we're going to give you the saddest monologue in the movie. Wait, why do you got sad monologues in a movie about Bigfoot and Hitler killing?
You're going to cry the whole time?
Yeah, you're going to cry when you first think the Bigfoot's dead, when you approach it and it's like laying there bleeding and shit. You're going to cry a little. I didn't want to do this. I would have left it alone. And then it's not dead.
I'm okay with feeling bad about killing Bigfoot, not Hitler.
That's because of Red Dead Redemption.
Exactly. You play pretty much a Sam Elliott-esque character. You kill a few, and then you find the last one, and he's like, "You're a son of a bitch. You killed my family. I'm the only one left. Please kill me." And then, yeah.
Why was he talking to it right before he killed it, but not like, why didn't he just try to approach it in the first place and talk to it? Like, hey, like, can you just like promise to stay in here or something?
He was biting animals, but he was like fucking them up. So that's why I didn't get, like, how is it spreading if he's killing them? They said everything in a mile radius was dead. That's where this movie made no fucking sense. Like,
and last week we were talking about it. Sense in our plot holes. It doesn't always have to make perfect sense. It doesn't always have to be flawless and fucking airtight plot wise. But if you're gonna go that weird of a route, at least have some fucking fun with it, man. At least Mortal Kombat, of all the weird shit and all the convoluted plot points they tried to throw in there, they at least knew to have some fucking fun. That's why you had those awkward moments of just a fatality and shit. Yeah, they were forced, but they were having fun. Sam Elliott did not look like he had any fun making this movie. It seemed like it was just a job. We need you to remember a whole speech about how you killed one man and you were just doing what you were told, and how it kind of makes you feel weird inside now, and you feel all sad, and you're just gonna cry. Gay. Wait, am I not the guy that killed Hitler? But like, now that you're old, you're sad about it. Why the fuck would I be sad about killing that guy? I've seen the effects, man, and I see all the generations of Jews that are still alive because I killed fucking Hitler. Why would I be sad about it? Well, I mean, you saw stuff in the war. Yeah, that'll scar any man's mind. But when you bring up me killing Hitler specifically, that moment, I wouldn't cry about it. Would you? I'd be one of those, like, it would be hard to keep that a secret. Kid comes home from school. Daddy, I learned about the Holocaust today. They tell you why it ended? They didn't do any of that. Did he even have children?
no, it didn't. No, because
His wife died.
they sprinkled that little,
A flashback love story.
yeah, and how did his wife die? I don't even remember how that happened.
Off screen, that's how she died.
All I remember was him getting mad with the fucking Mel.
Didn't he like leave her, or didn't she leave him, or something like that? And then
She went back home with her mom and pa.
I guess the flashbacks were like, this whole thing was
They
just,
sucked.
this whole thing was just to like, I guess to be like, Sam Elliott is sad. He is sad in this movie, and he is gonna be sad for the entirety of the movie.
You want him to be happy? Too bad he's sad.
Why would you tune into a movie called The Man Who Killed Hitler and Bigfoot and expect Sam Elliott to have any fun at all? Well, I mean, you put it in the title. I'm sorry, but I didn't watch Godzilla vs. Kong, but I know what to expect when I go to see it. I wouldn't go to see that. And I'm not expecting this. I'm not saying this movie like should have had Oscar-worthy fucking performing or fucking story and whatnot. No, I'm expecting ridiculous stupidity to the max. I was expecting Sam Elliott to smile as he shot Bigfoot in the head and have a fucking cheesy one-liner.
That's what you get, you small foot bitch.
You ain't even that hairy. That's only two. But that's all you need. He could have said both of them as many times as he thought that thing was dead.
You can just keep swinging his fucking gun at him. There's a lot of things they could have done a lot better. But no.
They could have had Bigfoot talking, and I would have been okay with that.
Dude, if they would have made Bigfoot an alien, I would have been okay with that.
Seriously.
Like, if they're just like, yeah.
The man who killed Hitler, and then the Bigfoot, and then stopped an alien invasion.
At the same time. That's how you do that. That's how you're supposed to do that.
I'm expecting Mars Attacks levels of ham and cheese just hot and melted all over the place.
But no. We get some weird seriousness.
He cried. I'm never gonna get past that. Like, if he would have told a story or had a flashback of him losing a close friend along that mission, I could have understood the tears. But when you bring up only the aspect of killing Hitler, that one moment, I would have that etched into my goddamn memory under a fucking Hall of Fame. I would think of that moment every time I busted a nut. Not every time, but most times.
That's kind of like a psychopath style thought, though. Even
if you killed Hitler, you're telling me you wouldn't. Okay, if you killed Hitler, let's just think about that. You kill Hitler, you're walking out of that building with a boner. I just did the ultimate.
Ooh, what's that?
Is that a Venus schnitzel in your pocket? Are you happy to see me? I just killed Hitler. What? Yeah, go look.
That's sure.
That already would have been a better movie right there.
Now I just imagine a gay little like Nazi boy running around.
And it's not even like I was expecting Sam Elliott to be the fucking action star and shit. You know what I mean? I was expecting him to just be a tracker, pretty much. And when he grabbed the rifle, I was like, okay, cool. He's going to get this thing from a distance. He's going to have to track it down and hunt it down.
I mean, like Hunted.
We missed all of that tracking and hunting. Skip right to... It's like someone was just like he had that ending planned. Like that skip to fucking viewing through his scope and him taking the shot right at the head was supposed to be like the final piece of the fight puzzle. Because it was supposed to be more of a cat and mouse type of thing in a limited area. He's moving towards the end of the edge of that border or whatever. Gonna have to get him. Gonna have to kill him. All right, I got him each day. I knew eventually he'd get thirsty. And there he is.
Wow. But no.
We miss all that cool stuff. So we can get a fist fight.
Sam Elliott is too goddamn old
for a fist fight.
With a knife or anything. Like he's...
And I mean, it was already... Alright, it was less believable than Gran Torino. Honestly, when those fucking kids tried to fuck with him and he beat the shit out of all of them. It was hard enough to just like suspend disbelief for that part. You add on the layer of him fighting a Bigfoot, which is supposed to be like superhuman strength and all that shit.
Oh, it threw him like it was nothing. Like
it survived being shot in the face and being on fire. The thing was pretty goddamn durable. But an old man. He couldn't even stand up straight.
Stabbed him to death.
Yeah.
Well, stabbed him to the point where he walked off and then died.
Fought so hard that he cried. But then that wasn't enough. That wasn't enough endings. To just have him fight this Bigfoot with 3 different endings to the fight. And I mean, it began with what could have been the end of the fight. And then continued with multiple endings to that fight. Oh, okay, he dies too. Him and the foot die together. Okay, that's a little lame. That's a little... Okay. I didn't know they had a romantic relationship and they needed to die together, but whatever.
They intertwined when he shot him in the face.
Then we needed to have the whole thing with his brother and stuff. Because wasn't there a funeral and shit too?
Yeah, he had a funeral, and then out of nowhere, he's at a fucking play with...
Oh, before that even. That's the thing. The funeral could have been the end of the movie.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
But no, we got to cut to the brother sitting on a fucking boat, looking lonely as hell.
With fucking Sam Elliott's dog.
And then, of course, here comes Sam Elliott walking up with a goddamn sling and shit. Oh, yeah, I survived the Bigfoot thing. Well, yeah, it never... You know, it looked like you got hurt pretty bad, but it didn't look like it killed you. You just kind of laid there like a weenie. I mean, you're old as fuck, so you probably needed a nap. But I didn't think they were going to...
For like 3 months?
Yeah, we're going to go as far as to pretend you're dead. all the flashbacks and shit made me really lose interest in all the little details that they were trying to throw in there with him having his little box of memories and all that shit. Because that wasn't enough of an ending. To have him walking up to the lake and his brother sitting in the boat looking over and seeing him and smiling. That could have been the end of the movie right there. That's ending number 4 or 5 right there. That could have been the ending right there. But no! He's got to get the rock out of his shoe. He's got to go home. Then he's got to go to where he was supposed to be buried, where his gravesite is. Then you're going to tell me this old man with one good arm that just got done getting his ass whooped by Bigfoot. I mean, Rick Moranis was up and running pretty well, but that was just one punch from a guy. You're telling me Sam Elliott, who is much older than Rick Moranis.
Oh, why'd you bring that up? I keep having a replay in my head. Just because, dude, what the fuck did Rick Moranis do to that guy?
This for not making Little Giants 2, motherfucker.
That would have been awesome.
That could have been the ending right there. I guess him just not him digging up in his own grave, but him going home even, getting the rock out of his shoe. Okay, that could have been another ending. That's number 6. He's got to dig up his own goddamn grave just to get his box of memories. I mean, you killed Hitler and Bigfoot, and those memories made you cry. You think about your wife who died or whatever, so that made you cry. Why do you need the box of memories, dude? You're fucking sad already. Drunk.
The only memories you remember are sad. Make a happy one. Like, go for it in the bathtub.
Yeah, you're already a sad old drunk. Just stick to being that. He sobered up real quick to fight that Bigfoot, though, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know why that sounded so accusatory. Like, what are you doing, steroids or something, old man? What the fuck was that?
No, he ate a hearty breakfast and had a cup of coffee.
He did a couple lines. That's what he did.
Whatever those pills were.
And I think it was after he picked up his box of memories, then they go to the damn play, right?
Yeah.
Then we got to see some scenes from the damn play, because that's what was missing.
Was kids that he never had.
And bonding between a brother that he clearly hated. I don't know about clearly. There was a flashback where they got along, I guess. The entire movie, oh my God, because that still wasn't the fucking end.
It wasn't.
There was a goddamn flashback.
To a simpler time.
Oh my fucking fuck. And I timed it. This was like a 10-minute flashback, dude. I totally forgot. I'm sitting here like, and finally, the movie came to a rest and we were set free with this play. But no, there's a goddamn flashback. Another one. Oh my God. I'm pretty sure this movie is listed as a runtime of less than 2 hours, but it felt like fucking 3, dude. Goddamn. The flashbacks brought the movie to a fucking halt. Oh my God. Oh, I don't even remember what happened in the final flashback. That I'm pretty sure I wrote it down somewhere. He had his bitch again, huh? It was like a happy memory flashback.
Yeah.
Yeah. God damn it. It was a wasted premise. I'm just gonna say that. It should have been ridiculous. It should have been fun. It should have been extra cheesy. I don't care how cheesy or low budget the Bigfoot itself looked, because the rest of the movie did look pretty good, like decent. But I just feel like I just feel like Sam Raimi would have like cleaned house with this one. Like, you would have been fucking. I wanted in your face action. I wanted it to be almost like Deadpool-esque and shit. Like, I wanted it like Hot Tub Time Machine type of moment and shit. So you must be the man who killed Hitler, or who killed Hitler and the Bigfoot, looking at the camera. Something stupid as fuck like that. I wanted cheese. Didn't get it.
It was like an hour and 30 when I was like, fuck this. Why the hell does this movie have like 6 endings in the group chat? Because it's like, what the fuck is going on? Like, just finish the movie.
Just end it. We're already sick of it. We're already mad. Just turn it off. End it. But no, they just... It dragged out. Like, now's the part where we don't want to rush through things. We got to the Hitler kill pretty quick. We got to the Bigfoot fight kind of quick, all things considered.
That person's really good at writing like sad stuff and then like a really good happy ending of like 13 of them, but sucks at anything that the premise is based on.
Yeah. Yeah. It was just a waste. Just a bit of a waste. And And it's a shame because Sam Elliott, I was on board with that. Like, okay, he killed Hitler when he was young, and he's gonna kill Bigfoot now, I guess. Okay, I was on board with that. But man,
Make it a more interesting movie. Flip him around.
man who killed Bigfoot.
Bigfoot, and then he killed Hitler.
See, I feel like the skill transferring works a lot better that way. Like, okay, you kill the legendary Bigfoot. Maybe you can be the one that kills Hitler.
And who knows? Maybe you do it like the Hitler side. Fuck it. He survives. Keep one of those 1 of 3 style Hitlers. Keep that little tidbit. He survives. He goes to Argentina like that weird conspiracy. Now you track him. Boom. That's a better movie.
Yep.
Sam Elliott can do that.
Hitler catches the Bigfoot or uses the corpse of the Bigfoot, injects it into himself. He's got super strength now. Now Sam Elliott needs some magic. Because if you're going to have a fucking movie like that, why not have some goddamn magic too? Something fucking crazy. I'm talking like Highlander levels of fucking stupidity I was expecting in this. Not just Highlander, but like the sequel.
They dropped the ball.
They really did. I felt like they should have had fun with this premise, and they treated it like it was a drama. Like they were really trying to, like they thought they were going to get an Oscar off of this fucking movie. You were never going to get an Oscar with that title. Sorry. So, I don't even have anything. I'm sad. That's what fucked up. I'm disappointed. I expected this one to be one of those, like, let me eat a whole bucket of popcorn and just, like, turn the brain all the way off. And it kept trying to make me think when it had zero right to do that. That sounds fucked up, but it had no right to try to make me think or to try to pretend it was deep. Oh, this is more of a drama than an action movie.
No. Simply no. You get
that mustache, you don't fucking waste it. Period. I was disappointed. I was really it's been a long time since I've actually like been really struggling to try to find positive in a movie. And I mean, we've watched some bad ones. Sat through 4 hours of Justice League. Which that wasn't bad like that, but you know what I mean? We've watched some bad movies in our day. Enemy was weird. But at least Jake Gyllenhaal looked like he was having fun playing two different characters. At least there was that.
That's his permanent face.
Child of God, at least whoever that main guy was looked like he was having some fun, I guess. Fucking corpses and shit. But the man's getting old, and you know what? If you're gonna drag, the older actors through something and have them doing a project, especially like this, where there was gonna be at least some physical demand for Sam Elliott, he had to do some of his own shit. You know what I mean? He at least had to like lay there and stuff in the woods.
Had to crawl up that fake mountain.
But you know what I mean? Like, at least give him some quality material to work with, man. Let him be funny. I guarantee you Sam Elliott probably thought of jokes the whole time. And they were just like, no, dude, this is a serious movie. Are you fucking kidding? We're killing a Bigfoot and a Hitler, man. Yeah, I know. Cry.
It's fucking sad. There's like no positive, all kind of negative. Like, I don't even know what else to say. This was just
bad.
Yeah.
Corn may not be here, but Corn, honestly, our hate reviews are usually you and I hating the movie. Let's be real. When Corn hates a movie, it becomes a debate review. Except Bird Box. That was the other way around. We hated it and he loved it, I think. And we were arguing that way. But even that one still, like I said, it was a debate review because at least somebody loved it or liked it enough to defend it. This one, I couldn't defend this to anybody. Oh, the only one I could say is like Sam Elliott's in it. If you want to see what he looks like and there's no other movie on whatever streaming services you have.
And you've never seen him.
And you don't know how to use Google and see a picture of him. Very unlikely.
In that rare universe.
Yeah. Next week, I don't know what we're doing on the next one, but there'll be something.
Yep.
Yeah, there's always that tip too. Just hit up at J&T Podcast and recommend something. Like, the sooner the better, motherfucker. We gotta still watch the shit. We'll have something weird for the next one, as usual, and as always, you have been just in time. We have been
The J&T. Oh,
I was gonna say getting baked, but
yep.
it doesn't all rhyme. We're not George Lucas.